Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of May 18th to the 24th. Okay, so let me get one last shuffle in here. At the root of the matter, we do have the Six of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, so this also indicates like dealing with somebody from your past or reflecting on your past and not being completely happy with things that transpired in the past. So what's crossing you here is the Four of Wands, okay? The Four of Wands indicate like a family situation. This could be somebody that you are living with, that you are romantically involved with and are like engaged to, married to. It could also be a problematic person within your household that you're dealing with, okay? So like even in a family relationship, like dealing with relatives, dealing with mothers for a lot of you, dealing with father figures, and because this is a crossing energy, I do feel that there are some type of a negative situation, like a run-in with this person in which past energies are resurfacing and you're not able to like communicate effectively with this person, okay? And I feel like this is an ongoing issue. This is somebody that you've dealt extensively with. So in your recent past, I have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is in the reverse position, which indicates to me that you both are, first of all, not seeing eye to eye on certain things, and then secondly, I do feel one or both parties might not be entirely truthful in their dealings, in their communications, okay? So that is how this situation can potentially play out for this week. I do feel that, you know, Mercury in retrograde is starting on the 18th of May and ending in June 11th. So it's notorious for bringing back like people from our past, like exes, friends even, and just people that we've had trouble with. So it's a good opportunity for you to resolve this issue once and for all. What's coming into the picture is the Hermit. Okay, so this is a really good time for you to resolve this situation if it needs to be resolved. The Hermit deals with, you know, having the ability to see the big picture, having very clear insight, and at the same time, I do sense that there's this setting like firm boundaries with the other person, okay? The Hermit is essentially somebody who is an isolationist, but it's by choice rather than I feel that it's by choice because this person is like rising above the crowd and is you know, making a stance, okay? So what I sense here is coming into the picture, you are going to get the insights that you need in order to resolve this conflict with the other person. If it is something that has been played out in your life like extensively, if it's somebody you've dealt with for quite some time and you don't really know, communication might be problematic between you and that other person. And additionally, what I'm sensing here is for those of you who are somehow dealing with like a Virgo in your life, this person is actually coming around this time and they're trying to be truthful, okay? So just give that a chance, just for those of you who are dealing with a Virgo. Alright, so what's crowning you here is the Lovers in the upright position. This is really good. Okay, so if it is a romantic situation, okay, and even like a work partnership, not in a romantic way, excuse me. If it's like a partnership, it can be romantic, it can be work related. I do sense that this situation itself needs to be resolved, and it is coming up now during the Mercury in retrograde so that you have the insight to resolve it, okay? So if it's something that is problematic and is causing strain in the office or causing strain within the household, just know that the person that you are romantically linked with or that you are in that work situation or in that work partnership with, they don't mean any harm. It's just you both are like not seeing eye to eye on many things, okay? So there might be just differences in values, in philosophical beliefs, in upbringing even, that is coloring the way you interact with one another, okay? So let your walls down and try to approach this as in like the most mature way that you can. At the same time, we do have this Seven of Wands here, and it is showing up in the position of something that you were not aware of. So I do feel that, you know, as a fire sign, you are quite unique and you are quite the trailblazer. And you're going to hold true to yourself despite what anybody else says, okay? So I feel that in this situation, it is important to maintain your independence, but at the same time, you have to work with the other person and you have to play nice with everybody, so it's also important to compromise, okay? So come down from your stage and just try to mingle and work amongst other people, rather than, you know, stealing the limelight, okay? And by stealing the limelight, I don't mean like, you know, physically, kind of like, I guess, barging in and kind of pushing everybody out of the way. I would say, like, take a more delicate approach to this situation. I feel that it is going to serve you well in the future to get everyone to calmly come to your side, rather than, you know, trying to force them to come to your side. So this requires more of a kitty glove type of approach, and at the same time, I do sense that creating a spectacle is not enough. There needs to be some truthful communication between you and the other party in order for them to see things from your point of view, and at the same time, in order for you to see things from their point of view, okay? So there's a little bit of a battle here, and it's basically a battle to, rather than trying to prove who's right or wrong, is the energy is, you know, let's agree to disagree. So this is something in your midst that you're not aware of. And I do feel if you are dealing with people from the past that you've never had like a successful communication, or you've never successfully like bridged that, you know, the bridge like the differences between the two of you, this is a good week in order for this situation to take place, okay? So innately you're going to be very different, but it is important to compromise, and it's also important to agree to disagree and not argue over technicalities and semantics, okay? Because in the greater scheme of things, none of those things matter. You are going to be kind of like stuck with this person, so it's important to work out your differences. So in terms of your spiritual advice, or this is something, you know, advice in general on how to deal with this situation, it's interesting. We have the King of Coins in the reverse position here. So I do sense that, you know, the King of Coins is a very, very generous person in the reverse position and also in the advice position. What I would say is that at the heart of this situation, this looks to me like a very favorable situation that you're in. And the other person cannot be bought. They can't be bribed, okay? So they have a very strict sense of ethics. They have very strict values. It's not that I'm saying that you're going to bribe them to see your point of view, but I do feel that a little more generosity in your ability to be flexible, to, you know, try to be a little more flexible rather than rigid, because this is an earth energy, and earth is very, very, you know, rigid, I guess. So what it indicates to me is, you know, a little more malleability would be more beneficial for you for this month, okay? And I do feel at the same time, for those of you who are dealing with an earth sign, this person is not going to be as rigid and as stringent and as, you know, assertive about the things that they want you to see. So this is a good energy here to compromise, actually. As for the external environment, I do have the Justice card in the reverse position. So how this can play out is that if you have been giving and giving and giving in the past, you know, if you've been like going out of your way and trying to accommodate the other person, then you have to really stop that, because it's not going anywhere, okay? And vice versa, if you have been, you know, the one that is not compromising in this situation, I do feel that a truce is going to have to be reached in this situation, and this is something that is circling in for this week so that it can be dealt with, okay? So take it in strides, and I do sense that a good resolution can come out from this. For your hopes and aspirations, we do have the world situation. The world, usually it indicates to me in travel, and I do feel that for those of you who are planning a travel opportunity, even with somebody that you don't really get along with, or somebody that, you know, you had troubles with taking trips together in the past, I do sense that, you know, taking this opportunity to like explore a brand new place and leave your egos behind would be good for the both of you, okay? So if this is somebody from your past that you've traveled with, and then all of a sudden they're coming in and wanting to travel, it looks favorable. I do feel that it looks favorable despite, you know, this advice card. But the advice card is basically that it's the little things in life that matters. You know, it's not the big financial payout. It's not buying gifts for your partner, and it's not receiving gifts from your partner. It's the value system. It's having like a common sense of purpose in relationships, or in any type of an interpersonal relationship, even on the business front. Having that common sense of purpose is going to be the motivation here in order to have a fruitful relationship. Okay, so at the base of it, at the heart of it, is not the try to look at the big picture is what the cards are indicating here. As for your outcome, we do have the Ten of Swords. I'm going to pull out another card just because I don't want to end on the Ten of Swords. And the Six of Coins. Okay, so it's the same way. So if you have been compromising, like going out above and beyond, what you're supposed to do to make sure this situation works out, I do sense that it is time to stop, okay? Because at the heart of it, you're hoping for this grand union, but you're not seeing eye to eye, okay? So it's just not going to work out due to very succinct and like just very innate differences between the two of you that this situation can't work, okay? You can agree to be friends, but I do feel as romantic partners it can be problematic. As work partners it's fine, but just be realistic and try not to pursue it into the future. And at the same time, I do feel that based on the Justice card that is coming out, there are innate imbalances within the relationships that needs to be worked out. Otherwise, if you continue on the same course of action, it is going to lead to a very painful situation in which both parties are kind of like divided. There is no backtracking from this situation, okay? So find out where the imbalances are, okay? So find out what is causing it, where it's stemming from, and work at it. If you are able to identify it and move forward with it, and especially work at it, you can achieve a better outcome. And if you were to continue on the same course of action, I do feel that you're going to have to leave the other person behind, or they are going to have to leave you behind based on the inability to compromise, okay? So it's one or the other partner is kind of like doing all the compromising, and one partner is very rigid. So it is important to realize which side of the coin that you fall under and adjust yourself accordingly. And I do feel here is that you have a lot of hopes and expectations in this situation, but time and time again the other person might be difficult to deal with, and they're cycling back in, and it's just it has been problematic in the past. And I normally don't I tell clients in general just that the good advice in life is that if things don't work out 2, 3, 4, 5 times, it's just not meant to be, okay? So I do feel that at this point a lot of you have learned whatever it is that you're supposed to learn from this union. So it's important to move forward, and that is always my advice for people. So make sure you know which side of the coin that you are on so that you can work and make adjustments accordingly to your own needs, okay? So either way, I hope you have a great weekend. If you are thinking about traveling to, let me know, and let me see how this plays out in your life. And thanks so much for watching, and enjoy your weekend regardless, okay?